X-Files. A show about spaceships, Detective Mulder, and monster things. Oh, and Scully. That's what I remember Scully. With her jars and... Oh my god, is that Oz? That was Oz. Remember Oz from Buffy? Why didn't he have an Australian accent? Man, this show was massive. I mean, massive when I was a kid. That's right, Mulder. You can see her ass. You can see Scully's butt. Man, what do I like about X-Files? What do I like? I didn't get into the whole Serenian Blue thing, but Mr. Toombs was epic. Just the idea of a guy who's like mutated having a nest out of papers. It was the weirdest thing. Here's the thing though. I didn't get the cigarette smoking man. I didn't get how all it worked. I didn't get the conspiracy at first. It was just, Way back when, I didn't watch all the episodes at once. I mean, I eventually watched them. Except for season 8. I haven't seen season 8. I've seen season 9. For some reason, I skipped one. And it sucked. I don't know. I guess I remembered that Mulder left, and, then I started watching the show from the beginning, like, this year. And, I saw Mulder get his final conclusion mid-season 7. Oh my god, Jack Black's in this. Mid-season 7, and I just decided to skip it, Here's the thing. Because I skipped a few episodes the first time I fully watched the series, I always wondered why? Where did Scully's kid go? Because there was a time when the creators of the show really pushed the Scully faith thing, and the older I get, the more annoying this whole ultra-Christian America thing is. And it wasn't that good of an episode. I mean, Scully's episodes, they're not that good. I mean, there was the one episode where it was like, what's true evil, where Scully essentially kills a guy. Not kills him in self-defense, but murders him, straight up murders him. Remember when Scully murdered people? Man, The X-Files has been one of the best shows ever for practically forever, and it really... The strange thing is, the people who did the visuals and the sound for X-Files, they also did Smallville. And Smallville was good for 5 seasons. It was designed for 5 seasons, and then they split the ending of season 5, and I don't know if Raya was in the original finale. I don't know if she got cut in or whatever, but they just continued, and it just... Even now, when I know all the references from Superman comics, it just sucked. And Davis, I know the guy did deliver a great performance, and, that American remake of the Being Human show, I like that show. I loved seeing Ginger there from Ginger Snaps, but Davis he was too weird back then. And they did the exact same thing with X-Files years before. They made the exact same mistake. X-Files had Mulder and they had Scully, and the goal of the show was the truth is out there, but you can't reach it. Mulder, no matter how hard he tries, it keeps ending up back at the same place. Because in the first episode, Mulder, they sent Scully after Mulder. So you know he's on his way out. You just know he's on his way out. By the end of season 1, they close up the X-Files. They're still in the FBI, but they close up the X-Files. By the end of season 5, same exact thing. And that's the point of the show. I didn't like the cigarette-smoking man killing his son. If he did, in fact, kill his son. I didn't like how it ended with a helicopter. I didn't like it dragging on past mid-season 7. Mulder got his ending. They did cops, they did everything. Why didn't they just, I don't know, do a series of conclusion arcs? Like, that witch chick. Did they ever kill that witch chick? There was this witch chick who showed up a bunch of times throughout the show, and she killed other witches or something. I never saw a conclusion to that. Mulder... Also, I to this day insist that somewhere out there is a secret Mulder vampire baby. I know it. Mulder's vampire girlfriend from when Scully was abducted and they needed a filler episode, she could have been pregnant and she could have survived. Potentially. And why did you make it silly when you put up the whole tribe of vampires thing? I know. It's the exact same thing as slasher cycles, horror cycles, where you have a great vampire movie and then your genre turns to shit. I know that Interview with a Vampire was a thing back then when you did the attractive Mulder's girlfriend thing. But come on. Come on. It would make such a potent arc. Having Mulder all of a sudden getting a daughter or something, and Scully's like, when'd you get a kid? And Mulder's like, oh, yeah, you remember a time when you were abducted? Yeah. I got some. So, Scully's whole ultra-Christian, ultra-religious feel just annoyed me. Aside from maybe 2 episodes that I can immediately think of, most of these religion episodes yeah. Sure, I almost stuck by that whole, this guy took a photograph of death so he doesn't die or something thing. But in general, the only 2 religion episodes that I can think of that were mildly interesting, well, not mildly, but very interesting, were the one where Scully kills a guy, like murders a guy who's like terrorized her, and another one where a kid has magical healing powers, and there's some sort of evangelical faith healing nonsense, stealing people's money thing, where the kid at the end, he's dead, and his ghost returns to his manager or his priest or something, and he kills him. Yes, it's really, I really like it when bad, psychotic, let me heal you for money, even though I'm not healing you, and give me money and I shall abolish your debt. So keep giving me money and I'll send you 3 rocks, and keep giving me money and send me back the 3 rocks and I'll give you 3 clouds. It's just scam artists from the garden of mega churches is what I think of those kinds of people. I really like it when those kinds of people die in an episode of something. I like it. I like seeing bad people die. Is that so wrong? I know a lot of you might have loved that Freebird, Kingsman scene where it's all these Republicans in one place and they're stupid and they die. They just die. And I gotta ask, does anyone here think that maybe the SIM cards on that movie might have been laced with something? Like, it's not some sort of tone, but SIM cards laced with something, and it's in the air, so that's why what's-his-face managed to kill all those people. Man, I have a habit of trailing off. Man, I'm talking X-Files. Back to the X-Files. What is there to say about the X-Files? Stuff, things, something. Mulder's late. Oh, remember that episode where Mulder's stuck in a time loop and he finally gets out of it by someone else figuring stuff out for him, right? So Mulder wakes up, there's subtle differences to each day, subtle differences in choices, and he's starting to get, what's going on, what's happening, and boom, bank explodes. Yeah, the writers of that episode wrote the whole time loop thing, and then they made up a way to get Mulder out of there. They didn't start off with, hey, here's a solution to Groundhog Day. No, they just started with Groundhog Day. And it actually just affirms my idea that Mulder might have a special power, a special seeker ability, a metaphysical gift. I think that Mulder might have inherited some sort of special power from aliens, from aliens that visited the planet a long, long time ago. And if you look at all these metaphysical people in the X-Files world, always a price to be paid for the metaphysical stuff, the metaphysical powers you get. You have a vampire who can't die, so she has to drink blood. You have a guy who can burn everything, but he's not. But he can burn himself. No, actually, I don't know what Crowley did to get his powers. You have I don't know, Bino that kills people with albinoism. No, you got a guy that kills people with albinoism. That must be how he gets his powers. Oh, I had so many things in my mind. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, Mr. Toombs. Mr. Toombs has to sleep for a while, and then he's active. So when he's active, he like kills people, he eats people's stuff, and then he goes and sleeps, and then he wakes up, and on and on and on it goes. Serenian Blue guy, he was dying. Actually, it was him and his sister, which is strange. It was very strange. Okay, so who was I thinking about with actions and consequences? Oh yeah, okay, so guy heals people, has to take on their burdens, has to take on their illness. Next up, we have, what do we have? Dorara could have been some guy. It's power. Some guy could have brought the AI. Remember the AI episode where Motor is stuck in an elevator and the elevator tries to kill him, and it gets followed up a season later with someone watching Motor and releasing special chemicals in the air, and some people are remote activated into killing people and whatever. That was weird, wasn't it? What else? There's the bee people who, there's an episode that implied there were bee people who had something to do with crop circles. I think there was an episode where a kid was dating that blonde chick from the OC. Whatever. There's an episode where a kid is like a bug kid, and his mom also has bug appendages, bug things about her. They're essentially bugs in disguise, bugs in a human skin, right? And maybe those people come from the same bug people who, there's an episode where Motor follows a bug creature into a house, and he's like, oh, the bug creature is behind that woman, and in the very next scene, the woman is talking about it. I felt something lurking behind me, and then the shot pulls up, and it's Mulder. She's talking about Mulder, because apparently she doesn't see the bug creature, and she's talking to Skinner. Not Skinner. Mulder's boss. Was it Skinner? I don't know. So she's talking to Mulder's boss, and it's like the most embarrassing thing ever. Like, Mulder broke into your home, and he aimed a gun at a bug creature thing. Of all the stupid, moronic things an FBI agent could do in real life, that would be the most embarrassing one. And then it turns out that she's actually a bug creature herself, and there's like a group of bug creature people. And they leave at the end. There's this herd idea about supernatural creatures in the X-Files, where there's a herd of vampires, there's a herd of bug creatures, there's a herd of bee creatures, there's a herd of cannibals who actually don't migrate because they're cannibals that have some sort of special metaphysical cheat. I don't get it. Scully saw those people eating human flesh. How are they not all in jail? There is a fucking town out there with people who consume human flesh in the X-Files universe. Weird. It's weird. And they stay extra young by eating human flesh. That's part of the consequence thing. It's just strange to me, Spaceships. What do I have to say about spaceships? It's very strange how time thing works. You have a spaceship built by humans, somehow connected to Indian people. For some reason, Indian people are connected to the secret manufacturing of spaceships or something like that. And these spaceships have a special engine that can morph time. We saw an episode where a person gets abducted from a plane. Like, a beam is shot at a plane and a person is abducted and they're carried out of the plane or whatever. And we also saw an episode where Motor is moved into someone else's body. Why would that happen? Why would the clocks stop? Or start, or whatever. And why would time be affected while certain things are affected on a different scale than time? Let me start over. Time is slowed down, right? We perceive time as being slowed down. But at the same time, it affects our watches, why would it affect our watches? Our watches, they're not special. There's a specific mechanism in place that lets our watches work. There's, like, pressure applied to the thing, and there's, I don't know if it's called a governor inside watches, but there's a thing, there's a way that a watch works. Maybe it might get magnetized or whatever, but why would a grown person, why would a person's mind go into someone else's mind, is what I'm asking. Why would that happen? Why would two people exchange minds? And also, if Motor remembers those 2 days after he leaves Area 51, why doesn't he just show up at the guy's house, trail him, find the secret organization, and take photos? In fact, why didn't he just expose the whole thing by stealing a spaceship, organizing a bunch of his friends stealing a spaceship, flying it out to the UN, and landing it on the roof of the UN building? What is so goddamn hard about stealing a spaceship from Area 51? You are Motor. You are God. You are the God of the supernatural conspiracy theory universe. Why not build an army? It's so easy. It would be so easy for you, Motor. You once infiltrated a government operation looking for an invisible heat signature alien thing that was like Predator, and you ended up at an empty space or whatever. It was so epic. And why do they let you? Why, if you do not have a special superpower where you can magically find stuff, where you can magically seek out stuff, are you allowed? If you don't have that superpower, why would you be allowed to exist, is what I'm asking. It just seems strange. Also, just for a cigarette-smoking man art, I like the guy, but fuck you. Kennedy's magic bullet thing was debunked. I'm sorry, but it got debunked. It got debunked a while ago. Maybe someone hired, the assassin via the CIA or whatever. But in general, the magic bullet part of everything got debunked. His seat was to the side a little, because you could move the president's car's back seats to the left or the right. It got debunked. You can make all these assumptions about the CIA having something to do with it. And frankly, it would make a lot of sense for the CIA to have killed him. The CIA wasn't the same guys who beat the Nazis in World War II. It was those guys getting a bunch of idiots from boy club idiots from elite colleges or whatever, putting them together and just giving them free rein to do anything. And if they ever got caught, their motto is, we help the president, we do illegal bad things for the president, we manipulate the media. It's literally part of the mission of the CIA. The early days mission plan of the CIA was to manipulate media. Frankly, I don't know why it's still around. Why is the CIA still around? Why wasn't it disbanded in the 70s? They fucking did illegal drug experiments on people. One of the guys who survived the whole CIA LSD thing, where they had hookers or call-girls lure people into a room and they gave them drugs and they interrogated them and they did stuff to them. One of those guys was killed. And It looks like, was killed after those experiments. And nobody has ever found out who killed him. He was struck from behind. He was killed. Likely the CIA. It was probably someone in the CIA who actually murdered a U.S. civilian in real life. Not to mention, there's a CIA agent that exposed his bosses about lying about his report, burying his report about some of these Asian countries not being influenced by communists and whatever. The CIA is responsible for a lot of bad things. So it doesn't seem like something that's that far out of the bounds of possibility that the CIA could have killed, Kenny. It actually does seem like they probably killed Kenny. It seems like it. But realistically speaking, no, I was speaking realistically. The CIA probably killed a U.S. president. Someone in there. Someone probably did it. But seriously speaking, the magic bullet thing was fake. It was a miscalculation about the trajectory of the stuff. It was a wrong assessment about the magic bullet. I'm sorry, but it is. Sorry, but the magic bullet has been debunked. So, also that speed of bullets thing. Lots of people have tried it. People did manage to shoot from whatever model rifle was used to shoot the president a bunch of times. Way faster than was recorded on the camera. Actually, it was kind of slow. It wasn't that fast. People have spread miscalculations about the timing of the shots. No. It wasn't that fast. Those shots were at a good speed, at an average speed. I'm sorry, but that whole bullet thing, totally wrong. I'm sorry, but it is. So, in any case, the lone gunman. The lone gunman in 9/11. Now, I'm not saying that the lone gunman got any sort of conspiracy right or whatever. What I'm going to say is, it wasn't actually that innovative. Lots of things involved the idea of crashing a plane into a building. It was an idea that was around in the 90s, okay? Flash, something of the universe! Flash Gordon hit a guy with his plane. I think Rick's game did the same exact thing. It was done a bunch of times. Chuck Norris's Special Forces movie, the second one, Chuck Norris's Delta Force, I think it was, Delta Force 2 or whatever, had this idea of people crashing a plane into a building. McClane blew up a plane. Well, he didn't blow up a plane. Sorry. Well, actually, he did. A bunch of people blew up a plane. But the idea of crashing a plane into a building to destroy something, it was around there. It wasn't that innovative. Maybe the 9/11 hijackers got the idea from U.S. media. Maybe they even got it from the lone gunman, but the idea was around. Okay? Chuck Norris did something like that. There was mentions of things like that in Chuck Norris movie. Godzilla tore through buildings. So, the idea of crashing your plane into a building is not innovative. So, about Mulder's replacement. He went to Mexico. He lost his memory and went to Mexico at one time. Remember when Mexican immigration was a thing? And now, ever since the recession, it's been at net zero. Oh, if you're a Republican and you're listening to this, I am blowing your mind. I'm blowing your mind right now. Aren't I? Yeah, immigration is at net zero. People are actually going back to Mexico because America is way too shitty. That's fine. What else? He used to be in the Terminator sequel. He used to be the liquid metal cop that, terrifies everyone. I think I saw him on he was on Scorpion, which came out last year, which is a TV show. I don't sort of like it, but it annoys me how stupidly silly and unrealistic the characters are. Yeah. So, Motor's replacement, not really a great idea. Just saying. You could have had the lone gunman take over. You could have had Motor's boss take over, as well as Scully. You could have had the cigarette smoking man. You could have shifted things to the perspective of the cigarette smoking man and had him go in the search for Mulder. Like, he's confused and whatever, but no. Just no. Well, at least Mulder did something when they brought him back for like an episode. He had done things. Yeah. You know. I mean, what am I supposed to say? Mulder left. He was gone. Mulder was gone. Yeah, I guess they could have had... Oh, good idea. Good idea from me. Do X-Files episodes without Mulder and Scully, or anyone from the FBI. Just do the stories without the FBI. Could you imagine what it would be like to be in one of those weird situations without the FBI? That would have been so potent. That would have been so awesome. You know? Now let's go back to the movie. Season 5. End of Season 5. Beginning of Season 6. X-Files movie. That thing. I mean, it was awesome. But the sequel was a monstrosity. The movie was okay. The sequel was stupid. And it symbolized a change in the formula. I mean, it wasn't so much a change in the formula as a change in experimentation, as well as what are the things that they put in these Villain of the Week episodes. Every season, they followed an arc. Every season, they continued with the same type. You had a witch episode in Season 1, you had a witch episode in Season 2. You had a something episode in Season 1, you had a something episode in Season 2, you had a something episode in Season 3, you had a something else episode in Season 1, something else episode in Season 2, something else episode in Season 4. You repeated the same things, and because you showed so little of it, and you did such an expert job at it, it was so awesome. But no, you just had to make a movie, and you had to move to LA. Now, don't get me wrong, it wasn't like Smallville where it immediately just collapsed. It just collapsed. No, it was more than that. It was essentially, it brought us the aliens, and it was awesome, but after that, Scully still didn't immediately jump on aliens. Like, there was a scene in the new seasons, in an episode of the new season, in one of the early episodes of the new season, where there's a chest burster alien that swims in a nuclear reactor. Yeah. I mean, seriously. And Sky doesn't believe. I mean, all those first 5 seasons, they had suspense and they had their charm. But the movie Hollywoodized everything. It just had to bring in Hollywood. It just had to bring it. Also, why, even in a stupid conspiracy world, Mulder found a fucking bomb? Why wouldn't Mulder be congratulated for finding a fucking bomb? I mean, come on. It was stupid. Look, I get that it's supposed to be a fuck you Mulder moment, but on behalf of the establishment or whatever, but come on. There's tons of silly, stupid nonsense that you could suspend him for, you know? There's, what is there? There's, that time he got himself caught up in a nuclear bomb disposal mission, what is considered a nuclear bomb disposal mission by the public. There's the countless times he's messed with Area 51. There's just tons of stuff that you could kick Mulder out of the Bureau for. And also, why not just put him on a special assignment? If you want to get rid of Mulder that badly, why not assign him to Siberia or something? Or are you afraid that he might uncover a secret bug alien in Siberia or something? The guy goes to the Arctic and finds a worm alien parasite thing. He goes to a volcano and finds a mutant mushroom. He goes to the bank and uncovers a time loop. He goes on a boat ride and he wakes up in World War II, surrounded by Germans or whatever. Oh, that was his brain thing, but come on. Can't you find something, just something in this world full of mythical BS, where you could just put him and he could not get involved with mythological, supernatural, alien, or just plain strange things? Why not assign him? Why? He's a profiler. Why don't you assign him on studying psychopaths? Why don't you, I don't know, put him in a submarine or whatever? Just doesn't make any sense. It really just pushed past the expectation of Mulder and a secret conspiracy. It didn't push that hard, but it kind of pushed. And it just slowly degraded after that. It wasn't like Smallville. It wasn't like sudden. Oh, with Smallville, with that way of speaking in Smallville, what's sudden about? I mean, it just bugged me as all. Like, even in today's world, with psychotic Republicans everywhere, it would still be fucking idiotic. And you want to know idiotic? Fucking Donald Trump is running for president. That's how stupid the Republican Party has gotten. No, I can do better than that. There is a general who suggested the U.S. arm Al-Qaeda to fight ISIS. There is a general in the U.S. military who suggested casually to people, hey, why don't we fund Al-Qaeda, arm Al-Qaeda to fight ISIS? Yeah? I mean, why?